Tell us about your squad for the match at Sheffield United. How are things looking? Did anyone pick anything up against Arsenal? Everyone okay?
No. We had Pedro during the match had a strong kick. We still have to assess him regarding tomorrow.
And what are his chances?
A lot. At the same time, not too many. We have to wait and see how he's going to work this afternoon. So let's see how he is for tomorrow.
Tell us what the situation is with Daniel Potence. The suggestion is that the club asked the Premier League for some special dispensation to allow him to play, having been to Portugal and come back and obviously isolated. Quarantined, rather.
We did what we had to do. The moment that he returned, he went to his home. He stayed at his home. He tested 2 times already, negative. And we have the news that he can join us. I think, like you said, there's a law that allows this situation, so he will probably join us tomorrow.
Okay, how positive? How positive is that for you?
It's very positive because we need all the players. We know the reality of our squad, so when we have all the players available is the best situation for us. So it's positive that we can count on him.
But you'd won 3 in a row in the Premier League before the match against Arsenal. Have you had to pick the players up a little bit? Is there any danger that it'll disrupt your momentum, which was very good?
That's the competition. That's the game. We realized that we didn't do things as good as we wanted to do. We believe that we can do better, and the challenge is tomorrow. Against a very good team, Sheffield United. So let's compete tomorrow.
What are the lessons that you need to learn from what happened against Arsenal?
Always from the game, there are positive, negatives that we have to analyze. The lesson that we have to be organized. We have to be organized all the time during all the game. Stick to your tasks is very important. One moment off, and you are punished.
But you're still 6th in the table. You're 3 points behind Manchester United, who are 5th. You're 3 points ahead of Arsenal, who are 7th. There are 5 matches to play. Do you sense that things are becoming pivotal? Things are becoming crucial.
What I sense is that we don't have to pay attention to where we are, who is there, who is not. We cannot. We only have to focus on Sheffield United. That's the only focus that we must and should have.
Okay, but what are the qualities that you need to see from your players then in these remaining matches, having lost your previous match?
We only look at the game of tomorrow. We have to react, and the react is to perform better in all the aspects of the game, with the ball, without the ball, in our shape, defensively, the way we have possession of the ball. We have a game in front of us that will require the same things in a better way.
Chris Wilder has been speaking ahead of the match, of course. He says that Sheffield United tried to sign Conor Coady 3 summers ago. It was just after you'd arrived at Molineux. Are you aware of that? Did you block it? Did you have a say in it?
I remember something about that, but I think there was never an option. It was 3 seasons ago. I can recall, but I understand why Chris wanted Coady. But I'm happy that Coady stays here.
How important for Wolves as a club was it that he stayed? How important a player has he been for you over the last 3 years?
He's the captain of the squad, and he leads by example. I don't know there are not many players that have the same number of matches in competitions like Coady. So that tells a lot.
And how has he developed as a player?
I think he's improved. He's mature, an experienced player, but he has the same hunger that a young man. He loves to play, he loves the game, and he just wants to compete and compete well.
But there's still a lot of speculation surrounding Raul Jimenez and where his future may be. The Mexico boss, Gerardo Martino, has said that he should join Manchester United rather than Juventus. How do you view his comments?
Look, it's not an issue. It's not an issue for us in this moment. We have a competition. We have a game to play tomorrow. We have a lot of things in front of us. Inside this season, we have big challenge. It's not the moment to think about anything else that your commitment to the team and to the club. And I'm sure that Raul is totally 100% focused on what he has to do here in Wolves.
But are those kind of comments unhelpful?
No, not at all. There are things that you just can't control, but it's up to you to decide that you pay attention or not. But I'm not. I don't disagree. I'm not. It's part. I admire Tata. He's a big manager, but honestly, I think it doesn't distract us.
I think only Liverpool and Manchester City have a better away record in the Premier League than Wolves. What do you put that down to?
We've been able to perform during the season away. We've been able to, at the same time, tells you that you have to improve at home. But now with this new situation, I think the home factor has disappeared. So it's just another game. Honestly, I think it's like playing in a neutral venue in these moments now. The Premier League, the home impact of the fans is not there, so you have to focus what's inside of the pitch. So basically, it was like we did before. Nothing happens outside can take away your levels of concentration inside.
And with no fans, no crowds, no other noise around, do you find it easier to get your message across to the players?
No, it's not. It's not been nice. It's not been nice for everybody involved in the games: managers, players, staff. Nobody enjoys being without fans. Nobody.
But finally, for me, after the incident between Son and Lloris in Tottenham's match against Everton just before half-time, Jose Mourinho says there have been big fights in some of his teams. You played for him with Porto, of course. Is that normal to have fights, disagreements within teams?
It's not only in football; it's in life. At your home, you have issues, but it's not important. The problem is how you deal with the problem. How you deal with that is that important. And I deal with my own problems.
How do you deal with them, Nuno?
With dialogue, with understanding, knowing that people can make mistakes, and you just have to be adult enough to speak and have a good dialogue to solve situations. It's about you deal with the situation.
And are they always easy? Do you find it easy to diffuse those kind of situations?
It's not about being easy or not. It's about having rules. Having rules. The moment that you live in a small group, you have your own rules. You have, and these rules are based on respect. Nothing can make you lose this respect. It's not because you can speak louder, you can shout, you can do whatever you want, as long as you say the right things that can be useful. Sometimes these situations happen and can be a starting point for something. I don't know what happened that you mentioned. I don't know what happened. Really, I don't know. I know that when these things happen in a squad is how you deal with the situation, how you take advantage of not being of being disagreed with the other person, and why. So why you happen and how you go from this incident to an advantage for you.
Nuno, thank you. Listen, I wish you well. Wish you well at Sheffield United.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hi Nuno, Dan from the BBC. I watched your post-match interview Saturday evening against Arsenal.
I don't see you. No, I don't see. I just listen to you. No.
Hopefully you can see me. I put a shirt on especially.
Okay. Now I see. I see.
Yeah, I watched your post-match interview on Saturday. I know you're fiercely competitive. You love to win. You hate to lose. But you seem to speak with a smile on your face. I just wondered why that was, whether you felt that, football shows that nothing's perfect and we're always learning.
That's the way we are. That's the way we see. Of course, we are not happy with the performance. But then that doesn't tell you that it's football. Dan, it's football. Nobody was happy after the game of Arsenal. Nobody was happy, but everybody was aware that what we have to do for Sheffield, what we have to do.
And what do you have to do, bearing in mind they had a great result against Tottenham and maybe surprised a few people a few days ago? Not only
the result against Tottenham. We know Sheffield. I know Chris. It's been a while. I think it's already 3 seasons that we compete in the championship. He told that Magic is the real magician. He's the real one. Because I recall when we played then, I start looking what was the process of Sheffield. He played the same players with the same idea in League One. Then we go to Championship. Then he comes to the Premier League with the same core. So he's a real magician.
You might not have to be a magician, but maybe you're a juggler when it comes to your attacking options. Are you enjoying having so many choices at your disposal? Does it keep you awake at night as to who's going to play in attack?
No, it's good. You don't have all the options that you can. If you can have more, the better. But it's not important to have many. It's important to have good ones.
And finally, from me, you said that nobody's enjoying playing football without the crowds. I just wondered if the referees might think differently. Do you think it's easier for them and that maybe games are a little bit cleaner, that players are a bit more accepting and there's less dissent on the pitch?
I don't know if it's easier for them or not. But there are moments that everybody misses the crowd and the effect that he has on the game. And of course, on the referees. I think it's a good. I don't know how to say it, but the fans are good judges of the situation.
Good answer. Thank you, Nuno.
Thank you, then.
Any more questions left?
Hi, Nuno.
Hello.
Hi there. You mentioned Sheffield United's rise from League One. Obviously, both clubs have been in League One fairly recently. So, is this, a really good meeting of 2 excellent recent football stories? Do you think?
It's going to be a good meeting, but it's going to be a very, very tough game. The Sheffield, the dynamic they have as a team, it's amazing. The quality of their football is unbelievable. So it's going to be nice. I think we already compete with them sometimes and always have been amazing games. And hopefully it can be a good game tomorrow.
As you mentioned, he called you Magic, Chris Wilder, and said he's looking forward to having a beer with you afterwards.
We will have for sure. Chris is fantastic. I admire him a lot. I really like him.
From a purely coaching perspective, you kind of mentioned it earlier, but the job that he's done and the way they play and have continued to play. How do you assess that?
Amazing, fantastic. The dynamics of the team, the belief of the squad, the way they interact among them, the knowledge that they have of each other. I really admire them, and I enjoy, and I respect and admire a lot. Not only Chris, but his staff. Really nice people. Really nice people. So my assessment of them, fantastic.
And just finally from me, you mentioned the word urgency at the weekend after Arsenal, and I think in certain aspects of the first half against Villa, you mentioned that as well. So is that going to be the key word for you ahead of this one?
It's one of the things that we must playing with urgency doesn't mean that you have to disorganize yourself. Playing with urgency is every ball is important for the rest of the game. So this is the urgency that I mean. Every ball, every duel, every second ball, every 1v1, defensive, offensive, you have to commit to it. This is the urgency that I mentioned.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Nuno, if I may, just one. Have the players responded to the game at the weekend in the way that you would like and you would expect? I know they feel defeat very keenly. It does hurt your players when, on the occasions, they lose.
Of course it hurts. It hurts because it hurts everybody. It's the same. When you perform well and you get the result, you feel good. When it's not, we have to suffer. We have to go to this moment of pain that a bad performance or not so good performance causes to you, and at the same time you bounce back. I think all the players felt it, and we want to compete tomorrow, so we can make things better. This is the only purpose that we have in our minds, to improve ourselves and become better as a team.